What's up guys, JD here, and today I'm going to talk about what I think the setting will be in Legends ZA. These will be the locations we visit, the time period we'll be in, and maybe even the timeline we'll be in. Next week I'll go over what I think the story will be, but let's see what Kalos will be like 10 years later. First, we know that we will be set entirely in Lumios, but that doesn't mean we can't take to the skies. This first theory is backed up by a video that I saw made by Tube. I'll link it in the card above. But basically, he explained that Rayquaza is the A in Legends ZA. We'll come back to this theory a little bit later because it'll make a lot more sense after I explain the time period and a brief overview of the plot that I'll be talking about next week. For the time period, I'm very confident that it will be in the future. First piece of evidence supporting this is just look at the trailer. Look at how futuristic the city looks. I know that it's a 3D blueprint, but you think they could have made something like that in the 17th century? Point B, it's a redevelopment plan, not just a development plan, meaning Lumios is being built up again. Finally, we got Legends Arceus in the past, Scarlet in the past, and Violet in the future, with the past three, but kinda two games because Scarlet and Violet are basically the same, being time-based. You'd think that they'd make it 3-1 on us future fans? No, they're making it an even 2-2. The part of my story idea that I need you guys to know about for this video is that Legends ZA will be set in an alternate timeline where Team Flare succeeds in destroying the world to create a perfect one. With all of that explained, I think we'll take to the skies on Mega Calosian Flygon. Check out my last video if you're confused, but also the depths below. If I'm right and set in the future, we'll have the long-lost catacombs. Now, Pen Paladin explains this very well in a video, so I'll link it in the card above. But basically, they were a huge tunnel network that was built in the 18th century Paris, which Lumios is of course based on. Zygarde could also be found down here, as hiding in caves, it's kind of its whole thing. There could also be a fight between Zygarde and Rayquaza for control, and that's how they keep all of the different environments different and exciting. I have a question for you guys real quick. Which would you prefer for the sky part of Lumios? Flying around on something like Calosian Mega Flygon to get around the skies? Or sky islands that you kind of jump between like in Tears of the Kingdom? Personally, I think that ride Pokemon will come back, and it would be so cool if all of them were Mega Evolutions, so I think that the Flygon route would be cooler and make a lot more sense. I think that Lumios will be a rundown cyberpunk city that's kind of ruined, and that's how we'll encounter Pokemon, and then through the story we'll restore it to how it looked in the trailer, blah blah blah, friendship, blah blah blah, perfect, oh I love Pokemon, blah blah blah. But thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications because then you'll see more of my content and it helps me and the channel out a ton. So it's a win-win. I'll be back next week talking about the plot of Legends ZA. Peace. Editing JD here. I might not be back next week because if you watched my announcement video for my Let's Go Eevee playthrough, you'd know that it might take a little longer, so I probably won't be back next week. But I won't stop making content. I'm just working on this huge playthrough for you guys. Peace.